until I get used to something like that.
Yeah, a friend of mine, I had the FCR 600, and a friend of mine let me use his GSXR 750.
Yeah.
Like third gear wheelies at 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That thing was brutal.
Yeah, I'm looking for a 5 or a 600 sport bike. I've been riding for about 3 years, but I ride motocross and stuff, but it's very different riding sport bikes and cruising.
Yeah. Well, the center of gravity and the rake angle on the forks.
Yeah, it's just very different. So I'm looking for something a little smaller. That I could ride something bigger once I got used to it. That one's a little heavy for me, the older style.
You know, you might want to think Honda Hawk 650 GT.
That's actually the one I looked at. Yeah, I'm a Honda girl, period. So
yeah, they're good bikes.
That's the one I looked at. Yeah, now the Ninja's a good size for me, but
the 500 or the two?
Yeah, the 500 is easy, but to me it's a little small. I don't want to get something that it's like everybody said. This is a 750, and everybody said, "Oh, you need to get a 250," and I'm like, "You're kidding me."
Yeah, let's not get carried away.
I'm like, "Can we please get out of second gear?"
Yeah.
The guy was like, "Okay, Evil Knievel," and I'm like, "Come on," you know, it's very different.
Yeah, it's a good bike.
But yeah, it's yeah, you can tell. It's like, yeah, it's how you look at it. I was like, yeah, people know that, you know, look is like, it's a classic. It's just one of those that, you know.
These Genesis.
This was actually the very first sport bike that came out, and I didn't realize that. Probably the year you did was one of the very.
Well, my brother and I in high school in 1985, we had a VFR 700. Okay. Honda VFR 700 was a full fairing. I don't think it had an aluminum frame.
Okay.
It had a just a standard metal frame.
Right.
And it was a 700cc. It was a sport bike.
So it was. Okay. Huh.
But
so 85-ish was the one when they first started.
I think when they started putting fairings on them, that's when they started to become
real
sport bikes and high speed. And then when they went to the aluminum frame and all that.
Made it lighter. Yeah, that's a heavy bike.
Oh yeah, it's too heavy.
Yeah.
The Hawk 650 is not like a little Ninja. The Hawk 650 has a full aluminum frame, aluminum swing arm, single-sided swing arm, and it's a 650 twin, so it's flickable.
Yeah.
And I think the Ninja 500 has like a steel frame, kind of kludgy. I had a lot of fun on that Honda Hawk. I rode one winter on the Hawk. I got out of the military shortly thereafter. I sold the bike, and that was it. I was done.
Yeah, the Hayabusa, we threatened the swing arm on it. Not too long. Some can get really long.
Yeah. It upsets the center of...
Yeah, but we had that one. We had 153 on 81 on that one. Both of us together.
Crap.
That was just one of those things to see how fast we could take it. And I knew there were... And a lot of my friends are state troopers and police officers.
Well, it's nice to be able to get away with it.
Yeah, I guess can you call me? I said, look, I'm not going to call them and tell them where I'm going to be, you know. But that was a stretch that was with the 581 exchange where we could just take that before you have the on-ramp going toward Troutville. They sit there. So you got that wide span there that there's no place for them to sit. Yeah. So just the way that the aerodynamics were, it was awesome. And I'm not scared of speed anyway, but I decided to look up. And I looked to the median, and all I saw was solid green. And I went, tap, like I was...
Yeah, that's enough.
You know, I passed him when I'm ready, you know, so I was like, all right, I'm ready. So, and he takes off, and I mean, you're hitting 70 in that, and it's smooth. I mean, you feel like you're going 30. I mean, it's no speed at all. Yeah. 90, you start to feel like it's a little bit of speed, but it's still so smooth.
It's a big, heavy bike.
Yeah, it is, but
stable.
It's nice. Like, and even going that fast, you didn't really feel it. But when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna catch that. So I go, I'm done. So, the fastest I'd ever been on a bike before was 140, 41. But that was
that's when I had my 600. I lived in Jersey at the time. I think the fastest I ever got it was a little shy of about 150.
Yeah.
And I'm 41 years old now. I don't have the reflexes for it, and plus I put on about 70 pounds.
Yeah.
And on two wheels, it's just you're not doing yourself any favors.
No, and that's the thing. That was why I was like, one time, not a big deal. You know, try it, see how fast it can go. But other than that, it's like, now we know.
Well, that's a nice bike too.
Yeah. I mean, for my first bike, I've had it 3 years. It's an 08, so.
If you can find a Honda Hawk, I think they discontinued them for a while.
Okay.
And then they brought them back.
Well, the hawk, I think from what, maybe it was on the sales guys were talking to Shane about, that was similar to the one that I was. It was some sort of GP something.
Funny how they come out the exact same moment we walk out the door.